the couch. Beep. Here we go.
There you go.
All right. Is my hair out of place? That was a nice trip. Okay.
It was totally true.
National Adoption Day is a big celebration for parents and kids becoming families. And Hartford's first family, they know all about it.
Mayor Arulampalam and his wife Liza are proud adoptive parents, and they're joining us this morning to tell us all about their journey. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Taking time out of your busy schedule, both at work and at home.
Yeah. And your maiden name was Butler.
It was.
God bless you.
Thank you. No, I love Arulampalam. It's a good one. All right. Talk to us about your journey into fostering, adopting.
Yeah, you know, we both knew that we wanted to adopt when we got together. In fact, before we even started dating, it's something that we both wanted to do. And so we started an international adoption. In fact, our oldest daughter was adopted from the Congo, and that was taking a lot longer than we thought. And so we listed with DCF, and almost we went through the training, and we listed with DCF, and almost immediately got placed with this little boy, Theron, who's now 10. At the time, he was 5 days old, and was our first physical child in our household. And you know, we didn't know exactly where that was going to go. We were willing to foster him for as long as we could, but we thought that he might end up with his biological mom at the time, and so we, at a point at which it looked like he might not be in our home, we had
surprise. Twin pregnancy.
That's amazing.
Amazing. And Theron ended up staying, and then our oldest, 6 months after the twins were born, came home. So within 6 months, we went from a family of one, with 1 kid to 4 kids.
Then we had a big gap. Then COVID happened. During COVID, we're like, let's reopen our foster care license. There's so many kiddos that were being identified coming out of the pandemic. You know, just to foster, and then baby number 5 came that way. And
I love that your foster fails. I love that. It's so
the
wonderful.
best kind of
when
foster.
we had, you know, those 4 older kids are all really close in age, and so when we had our youngest, he was at home, and there was a family potentially in Florida that DCF was talking about, and one day at the dinner table, our kids were all sitting there, and one of our kids goes, you know, I really hope that DCF doesn't find a forever family for Lil. I hope we're the forever family, and you know, we were, and we're really blessed to have all of them.
It was a collective decision in a way, as a family.
With our older kids, yeah, they were so fun, and they still say now, like, let's foster more kids. Our 11-year-old literally just yesterday was like, could we foster a teenager? And I was like, we have 5 of you. Not now. I was like, maybe when you're all in college.
Oh, by the way, we're also running a city too. A capital city.
Liza's running a church.
People say that, you know, they're worried about getting support from DCF. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, honestly, we felt so supported. The social workers are in your home at least once a month, if not more. And
that's
so
great.
When you multiply that over months, and I mean, both of our processes took, one was 2.5, the other was 1.5 years. They're in your home all the time. They become like extended family members. So I would text our worker.
They're on our Christmas card list still. Like we're still in touch.
I was going to ask that, you know, would it be hard? I wonder if some families are nervous about DCF coming. You know what I mean? Just
they're
even
so
though you're
non-judgmental. Like they're really looking to make sure the kiddos are safe. So of course there's standards, but they don't care if your house is messy. Like they're not judging you. They're just trying to make sure that the kids are safe, so as long as you love the kids, like.
And it's a team, you know. It's about, at the end of the day, it's about that kid and what's best for that kid. And so, if they have family resources, if they, you know, the DCF resources and the foster parents, they kind of all work together as a team, ideally. And you know, a lot of people say this journey must be so hard. I don't know if I can do it. It's really hard. And we always would remind ourselves, you know, we had each other, we had family members supporting us, we had friends supporting us, and we could talk through the things that are hard. There's so many kids across our state who are going through this, who are doing those hard things that adults are afraid to do, and are coming out resilient on the other end. And if kids can do it, then we could do it, and we could place ourselves in there and be that point of connection that many kids wouldn't have otherwise. You know, when you're young and you're developing connections, the amount of love you're shown, the feedback loop of, you know, somebody's there for me when I call for them, somebody's there for me when I'm crying. It completely changes the direction of the life of a kid.
For however long, even if it's not a permanent.
Keyword love.
And you're both so busy, and yet you can manage with 5 children, which I think is remarkable.
I mean, yeah. I think no matter how many kids you have, it's stressful. Like when we had 1 baby, that was stressful. With 5, you know,
I think every parent feels like they're just barely managing. But you adapt to whatever the challenge is, and you grow together, and you know, we've been able to build a really beautiful family because of it.
Well, we remember, you know, when you were campaigning, seeing the commercials in the house with all the kids, you know, and just it's beautiful that you guys have, you know, that you did this for your family, and it's just such a great example of the goodness that we can do if you're looking to, you know, expand your family. If you can't have kids, if you're nervous to get pregnant again, and we were talking C-sections, if there's high risk involved, you know, it's just, it's such a beautiful way to give back and also spread that love that these kids need.
Yeah, and I mean, you know this as a parent, like we all have an idea of what we think parenting is going to be, and we get into it and it's always very different than what we thought, and it's a different way to build a family than some people might have initially thought or expected, but it is an incredibly beautiful way to build a family. There's so much love, and we feel, you know, we feel lucky. People always say, oh, you're so great.
We're lucky to have you guys on our show.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you so much
for
for
coming.
being
So
with
happy
us.
to be here. Thank you.
First Family of
Continued
Hartford
success.
there. And ctfosters.com is the website. Again, 350 adoptions this year. Maybe you can